Welcome to Sundarbans, a huge forest that stretches 40% into India and the rest is in Bangladesh. A wild wonder of the world where nature has completely taken over. Flowing rivers get tangled amidst thick mangroves, and life is purely in its natural state, uncontaminated by mankind's existence. But today, it's not about the rivers or the forest, it's about the honey-eating predator that calls this place home. Have you guessed it yet? Well, let me tell you, it's the furry predator we call the tiger, Bengal tigers. In this video, we intend to show you some of these majestic cats that live in Sundarbans. Therefore, just relax and enjoy watching these amazing Bangladesh tigers from Sundarbans. While the trees, rivers, and endless greenery are surely tantalizing, it's the tigers who truly steal the show. What is so special about the tigers here? The Sundarbans tigers are not just ordinary Bengals. They have altered their manner of living in one of the most uninhabitable habitats on Earth. Living amidst dense jungles or arid grasslands is out for these felines. Instead, they navigate watery and marshy lands involving crossing through creeks and mudflats while traversing across mangrove forests. That is why they are among the rarest and most elusive tigers worldwide. Let's begin with ease in adapting to circumstances. Sundarbans Bengal tigers do not merely prey on land animals such as ungulates, but also hunt fish. These cats swim efficiently just like any other good swimmer in these waters. They are even able to hunt their prey underwater. They have been found crossing rivers that are miles wide, and they have done this with much ease. If you think you'd be able to run away from a Sundarbans tiger by jumping in the water, well, you are out of luck. These big cats can easily swim faster than you will be able to handle. But why do they have to swim so much? Simply put, Sundarbans consists of a network of rivers with tidal streams cutting through a mangrove forest. Most of the time, in order to move from one part of their territory to another, they have to cross a stream. In fact, some tigers here spend as much time in the water as they do on land. And more, the tigers of the Sundarbans have learned to adapt their diet too. While they hunt more usual prey, like deer and wild boar, they are known to hunt fish and crabs too, something most other tigers wouldn't even think of. Yeah, fish-eating tigers. Now that is something you don't get to hear about every day. How cool is it to imagine that the tigers mark their territories? Dense mangrove forests depend solely on some signs, don't they? The intelligent cats leave perfumes from the scent glands on their paws, cheeks, and tail as a way of marking their territory. Marking on trees involves scratching off the bark. Spraying bushes makes their presence known. Hands off. This is my territory. It's like an SMS system. While most tigers avoid human contact, in the Sundarbans it's a bit different. The Sundarbans are not only a challenge to live in for the tigers themselves, it is difficult for people too. Centuries have gone by, and people of Bangladesh and India have survived close to the Sundarbans, depending on the forest for their livelihood. Fishermen, honey collectors, and woodcutters enter the mangrove forest deep inside to earn a living. But with such powerful predators inhabiting the forest, clashes between humans and tigers are simply inevitable. And this is where the plot gets a bit trickier. The Sundarbans tigers are known for attacking humans. But before you panic, let us see why this is so. Experts claim that the constant struggle to survive in such an inhospitable environment, with scarce prey and hard terrain, sometimes forces them to resort to feeding on human beings. That is coupled with the fact that people regularly venture into the forest, making it very possible for tiger attacks to take place. It is estimated that tigers in the Sundarbans kill about 50 to 60 humans each year. While this may send chills down one's spine, one has to realize that this is perhaps not simply because the tigers inherently possess a bloodthirsty nature. Most such attacks occur simply because humans enter into the tiger's territory, and by instinct they view them as their prey. The living tigers are continuous causes of fear among the people living in villages around the Sundarbans. But more in relation to this, many of them, instead of fearing them, have a great deal of respect for them. They know that tigers are part of the natural order, and in return they have come up with various rituals and shirts to safeguard themselves against these animals. Some even wear masks at the back of their heads, since tigers are believed to be unwilling to attack if they feel they are being watched. Despite being on the top of the food chain, life for the Sundarbans tigers isn't exactly easy. Their numbers have always been under threat. It is estimated around 100 to 120 instances of wild tigers can be found in Bangladesh's Sundarbans today, but one can't provide an accurate number because of their natural environment. One of the major threats to their survival includes habitat loss. Climate change can raise sea levels and flood so much of the Sundarbans. As the land shrinks, the territory of the tiger does too, which in turn means less food and more conflict with humans. Another threat is poaching. While the Bangladesh government has very strict laws on saving tigers, poaching goes on and on by those who want to sell their various body parts at higher rates in illegal markets. Conservation continues, whereby local authorities are involved in conjunction with international organizations and local communities to help save these magnificent creatures. However, protecting the tigers does not only focus on keeping poachers away or merely preventing habitat loss. Protection also means making sure the Sundarbans ecosystem remains balanced. In case the tigers disappear, the entire food chain could collapse and hence lead to disastrous implications for the environment. The tigers of Sundarbans represent something more than just another form of wildlife. They are an epitome of the raw power, adaptability, and mystery of nature. In fact, the tigers stand for a world wherein the survival instinct is something much greater than sheer strength or speed. In the Sundarbans, the name of the survival game is cleverness, patience, and viability in one of the most exacting precincts in the world. Tigers of Sundarbans are sources of pride for Bangladesh, and the animals hold particular priority in the culture and tales of the local people. Many folk tales and legends have been in vogue among them through generations, depicting them as dreaded and revered. In the eyes of the locals, the tiger is considered the protector of this very forest. It keeps life in balance in this very different ecosystem. This majestic creature is not just an animal, but a symbol of strength and harmony. Interesting traits related to the Sundarbans tigers are their nocturnal habits. In stark contrast to other parts of the world, where tigers are diurnal or crepuscular in nature, these tigers are somewhat more nocturnal. Why? Because the thick mangrove forest is easier to navigate during cooler hours, and the prey, deer and wild boar, are similarly active during these hours. Then, with a thick, dark forest, the rustling of leaves and the soft lapping of water against their roots, each being one of a million mangrove trees, a shadow makes its silent way, a hunting tiger. The tigers are undisputed masters of stealth, tugging at their striped coats for the perfect blend with the shades of the forest. Orange fur with black stripes makes them almost invisible in daylight, while at night they are undetectable. The Sundarbans happens to be one of the most contradictory places where the line of demarcation between land and water is quite vague. That doesn't deter the tiger from being a killer. Added to this, the thick mangrove trees with numerous mud bogs render the tigers useless for stalking, though these tigers have learned the virtue of patience. They can spend many hours waiting in the shadows, detecting even the most minor movement of a deer or boar. And at just the opportune moment, with unparalleled speed and strength, the tiger pounces and claims its prey with one strike. Herewith is the tale of the tigers of Sundarbans. Beautiful, shy, awesome, considered by so many as much more than just animals. They are a symbol of the wild, untamed spirit of nature. From fabulous swimming skills to conducting hunts stealthily at night, the tigers of Sundarbans are incomparable. Next time your mind wanders to tigers, remember those braving the mangrove forests of Bangladesh. Majestic, powerful, and uniquely capable of living in one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Like this journey with the Bengal tigers? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more wildlife adventures. Remember, the world is full of incredible creatures, just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching.